Hey YouTube, PD2 Finger here. I'm remaking this video for the umpteenth time. I had the right sound. If the right sound is on, it sounds like it's underwater. So yeah, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. I worked on the bp9000. This is about that bass preamp that I had built. All the work that I did into it, ripped it out. What is staying? Well, the buffer's good. The auto wah is fine. I actually did some work on the auto wah today. But yeah, it's like, it's such a long story if I was going to go through and explain everything. Basically, it's this. I don't want any compromise. I can't have it like, well, those two knobs there, you leave them at noon. It's pretty much covered in knobs and switches, so I have to have everything is premium. Everything works really good and does something special. And I've just been running into bad luck. A lot of the circuits I've built I've never tried before. I don't know. Are they going to work for me, or are they going to be okay? And I can't have any okay. It's got to be really good or nothing. So because of that, I'm trying different things. I'm trying a different EQ for the third time. I'm rebuilding the distortion with asymmetrical clipping options, two different modes of distortion. And instead of just turning on the distortion and having all the bass frequencies drop out, like I'm guessing the guy who recommended, like the guy who came up with the mods for this, because it's a specific thing that I'm using, and he was like, he loved it. I'm guessing he turns the distortion on and never, like, we're most of the time playing clean, and then we use a little distortion. Because when I turn it on, I lost all the low end. I'm guessing maybe he'll, like, he's probably in a heavy band, so he plays with that distortion on all night. And then he'll just go up to his amp and turn his bass knob up, get a little more bass there, and then there's your problem solved. Me, I don't want to have any of that adjusting going on. I want to have, ideally, what we tried was a circuit called a blend. So instead of just click and you're switched over from clean to distortion, you blend in the amount of distortion, so it's like your clean is still there, unless you turn the knob all the way over. Then you're 100% wet distortion. So I built that. I built the one that uses the JFETs, which are tube-like transistors. They've got a magical sound to them. They sound really good, but I hate JFETs. I really do. There's a thing with the pinout on there, and I'm getting these daughter boards. I'm getting the tiny SMT ones, and then daughter boards, and I won't have to worry about that anymore. Because the SMT ones they're all the same pinout. It's clearly labeled, and they all are at about the same gain level. They're all like, once you go SMT, I've heard it's great. So I'm waiting for more SMT JFETs coming from Germany, and then the daughter boards. I just got like 8 more. I paid like 60 cents a piece for those, which you can get them for, I think, 20 for $1.50 in bulk. And I've been waiting for 57 days for those to come. They haven't arrived. So anyway, yeah, the JFET thing, it worked. The splitter, but I'm getting rid of it. There's a more complicated circuit that uses a TLO74, which is a big ass chip. I think it's JFET as well, but that chip it's just a better circuit for doing what I'm trying to do. So again, that's the B blend. I got a TH Customs PCB for MXR Distortion Plus /Ross Distortion /.250, We're going to put that in. That has this asymmetrical clipping with a switch where you wire in a whole bunch of diodes. I'm going to put sockets in, and I've got some 1N60s that just came in. I got some BAT41s. I got some 1N4001s. So we're going to audition that. We're going to go for asymmetrical clipping, build out a nice authentic chip, UA741. And then the new EQ is the Baxendall. It's a 2-knob affair. What I had was more like a preamp that wanted to see the load of a high impedance, like a piezo. It was a Stingray preamp, and it just didn't. The low end control just, I don't know if there was something was wrong. The first one, I'm going on my third one now, which should tell you. But yeah, we've got that EQ, the Baxendall. Where is it? Active Baxendall tone stack layout by Frederick Leetzen. It's a TLO72. It's a 2-knob affair with a volume. I'm going to add a volume to it. So it's just bass and treble. So yeah, we got that one. The compressor, what can I say? People love this compressor that I'm building. It's called a Demeter Copulator. And like the one guy had a Keeley 4-knob compressor, kicked it off his board. Bass players just love this. Now it uses a weird L353N op amp. It's a JFET op amp. And I know you can use an NE5532. I know you can use a TLO72. I'll probably put that in there to get it going while I'm waiting for the authentic chip to arrive. Because I'm not from that school of the new op amp is always better. I know about the old low slew rate LM741. I love that sound. You know, you pull the clipping diodes, it's still dirty. I like that. So that's where we're at with this device. The compressor thing, you know, you're going back to like 2010 or 2014, somewhere in there in the DIY community, everyone was building compressors. The flatline compressor. You had Mike Tester come out with his really cheap compressor. And you had Merlin B come out with the engineer's thumb, and that was like the best one. Well, for bass, what I'm reading is people really love this Demeter Copulator, and I went ahead and pulled the trigger on it. I ordered the actual Vactrol. Now that was the thing when I built the Flatline. I spent so much time on this compressor project just reading. So there were people that had built a bunch of them for bass and sold them, and they had recommended mods to make it more suited for a bass guitar. And also because I didn't have the quite right Vactrol. Now the whole thing with this optical compressor, it hinges on a LED a blinker and then a sensor that picks it up that changes the impedance. So it's a opto coupler, and that's how you smooth out your super loud peaks and your small skinny string, your big fat string. This bass, it's got a thing. It really does. And you need a lot of compression. You need a certain EQ to get this bass to really sound great. And that's part of the reason why this thing isn't done. We've already got multi-effects that don't even really cut the mustard. The compressors aren't good enough. That's why I'm building this thing. So it's a whole laundry list of stuff crammed into a little box. I don't expect anyone to understand. I expect people to look at me and think that I'm a tinkerer and that I never finish my projects. This guy, that PD Two Finger, yeah, he couldn't fix his way out of a wet paper. Think whatever you want to think. Because when this thing's finished, I know already. I know all the circuits I've kicked out of it, and the reputation they have, and how they're good enough for everybody else. So you can think what you want to think. It doesn't bother me. I could care less. I'm going to be here working on this thing. My hand went completely numb. I cut 16 ingrown fingernails out of my hand the other day, so that's healing up. I regained enough feeling to work today, and it's bad again. So it's turned into a thing. It's going to take time for me to finish this. So there's not going to be daily videos, but keep in mind I'm going to be working on it, and I will update you in these like 10-minute format videos where I kind of try to explain what's going on and gripe and complain. All right, you guys, thank you so much. I always like to try to remember to say good thoughts, good words, good deeds. Wish me luck with this one. It's turning into a thing. That's never good. I got to eat some dinner. The sun's coming up. The birds are chirping. Maybe I'll get some rest. See you guys soon. Peace.